Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man Chapter 188. But before that, let's just talk a little bit about one scene in 187. And that's when the guy in his underwear says, "These people lived for millennia trying to escape this place. They reached the truth. You haven't even hit 20. You have no right to kill them." So that's, yeah, the first time reading, I'm like, hmm, I kind of get where he's coming from, but it is very interesting that the reason he thinks that Denji doesn't have a right to kill them is because of how young he is. So there might be some thematic, uh, some themes going on in regards to aging, old versus young. And that's how aging got involved with this because of the old guy. Oh man, we got his position on the government, but I can't remember. I don't think he's the prime minister, but the guy that is trying to get all those children killed so that aging can be eaten and that concept can be rid of for an indefinite amount of time. So this guy living here for, I want to say like maybe like 50 years or something. I forget the exact number. I'm sorry. But it is interesting that it doesn't look like he actually lived outside of this world for that long, and yet he's judging Denji by those standards. There's like some sort of what's the word? Like superiority, some empty superiority over having lived longer than someone else. That whole like, oh, I'm older than you, I know better. That could be what Fujimoto's getting at here. And that could also be like, oh, okay. If they have lived a millennia, then they've lived long enough. I'm, a young sapling that has just barely started life. So, yeah, they need to go because it's my time. You know, the whole old people are very hung up on their ways and they're not letting the young people uh, just discover themselves or do anything or be like, like, oh, if you don't have this and this and this and that, then you'll never be able to live exactly how we lived all in our times. So that might be like something thematically that's going on here. So that's also why when he calls Denji a devil later, I don't know if we should like really um, trust his viewpoint that much. That said, though, we definitely have to be wary of Denji just going from one extreme to the other. From blaming himself about everything that happens in his life to now disregarding every other person there is so that he can get what he wants. And it's like, oh, ooh, that's not that's not what I wanted him to get out of this. It's kind of like giving me. I don't know if I already said this, but Yuko, when she tells Asa, like, as long as my heart is in the right place, then I'm sure I made the right choice. Doesn't matter what other people say. And we all know how, well, how things ended up with Yuko, so yeah, it's a little worrying that Denji will just see everyone like he does to these three people, you know? Like, I can just, you know, in his delusion, well, they'll forgive me, right? Because, well, I need it, and therefore it's justified. Like, ooh, that's not, that's not really how uh, that should be. So yeah, the fact that he's justifying it with that uh, a specific form of logic is not really reassuring. That he's just like, oh well, they're useful to me, so I'm sure it's fine. Oh, okay. But yeah, aging is not gonna be taken down by how Pochita has been doing things, so he's making Denji vomit another devil. Now, before we get into 188, I have already seen the first page of this chapter, and that's because it was shown uh, completely officially in Jump Festa alongside the Rese movie trailer. So yeah, there's gonna be no surprise there. It's along with the chapter title. So yeah, I'm just letting you know that. So now that we're all clear with that, let's start now. Okay, so we're starting with Denji still right about to start spewing what he's about to vomit as underwear guy and Asa look at him. Yeah, and then yeah. And then the food comes out of his mouth. Now, how is a whole ass human being going to get out from there? It just will. And yeah, the title is Octopus, War, and Chainsaw. So it's pretty clear that it's going to be Yoshida. Now, how the hell did this happen? In regards to like, well, Pochita ate octopus, but like, how does that mean that Yoshida also got eaten? Like, he's not the octopus devil. And how was he fine just being eaten by Pochita? But one thing's for certain, and is that I believe that Pochita ate him for his own good. But okay, we're going to have Yoshida, Denji, and Asayoro in one place. Which I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm excited because yay, Yoshida finally back. But also like, oh, the last time he interacted with Asayoro, we all know how that happened. And then it was even more sad the last time he interacted with Denji. So it's certainly going to be interesting. Let's continue. Okay, a whole ass leg. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, I cannot get over. Yeah, a whole ass Yoshida just came out of Denji's mouth. I'm sure he has to be a little grossed out by all the. I'm sure that's not all just saliva. which is ew. Yeah, everyone is just so confused. What? I'm sorry for the loudest laugh. I cannot get over this, bro. This is so, like, I'm sure we're going to get serious, but right now the way this this has been brought about is so funny to me. Also, look at his eyes. They're drawn like in the way that Fujimoto wants to show when a character is showing strong emotions. Denji is still recovering from vomiting all of him. Asa is kind of like freaking out. It's Yoshida, the guy who cut my arm off. That's a little awkward. Yeah. Ooh, interesting set of panels here. Yoshida looking at Asa. Ooh, but he's intentionally avoiding looking at her face. He cannot get himself to look at her in the eyes. He feels guilty, obviously. Man. How is a constructive conversation going to happen between these three? And we even get a zoom in on Yoshida's expression as he's looking towards Asa's direction. Looking kind of rattled. Man, I miss Yoshida. I just need to know more what's going on inside that head. Need more of him showing emotion. That's his response, huh? You have both arms. Huh. I guess arms can regrow sometimes. Then just not questioning how Yoshida came out of his mouth. But he's right though. Just not on the way that you'd think a fiend would grow an arm. You still cut it off. Apologize. Damn. Oh man, that's... Oof. Like, obviously, like, of course Asa feels, like, offended by it. Even though at the time she showed no big reaction to losing it. It's more about, you know, someone actually doing that to her. Plus, it's a lot easier to act like this towards Yoshida than it is letting out all of her frustrations towards Yoru, because that's such a much more messy and complicated relationship. But at the same time, it's like I get it, but also like, you are harboring the war devil with you, so you can't really be too mad that someone would try to kill you. You've already seen what she's capable of. Like, obviously Yoshida didn't do it out of, like, personally hating Asa. But okay, we get another interesting expression from Yoshida. Now, obviously, the wet spots on his face are from Denji's saliva, but I feel like they could also be seen as him like sweating. But he kind of looks like he's a bit of at a loss of words. Now that I think about it. Have we ever seen Yoshida ever say sorry? That might be something that he's just not used to. Why? Because he doesn't create relationships where he needs this kind of reasonable communication skill. If someone's mad, he could just be like, okay, I'll just stop talking to you at all. But of course, Denji is different. Okay, let's continue. I'm really trying to absorb everything because I really like Yoshida. Okay, yeah, he can't get himself to do it. Even though we can tell that he does regret it. What's the situation? But okay, I guess we cannot. This is like, we cannot get into it. We do have to deal with the situation with aging. But at the same time, it's like, well, if it's not here, then when? Okay, 2 panels. I'm guessing to show that Asa explained to Yoshida what's happening. The aging devil. That's a primal fear devil. We know. Oh. He cleaned himself a little bit. He doesn't look as wet anymore. If I wanted to, it could probably kill us instantly. No, if it wanted to. Why would it do something so roundabout? Yeah. That is something I wondered at first. It said it wants to get eaten by Chainsaw Man while watching little kids get killed. It's a pervert. Also, I also think it's interesting that only Asa got mad at Yoshida, whereas Denji hasn't really demanded anything of him or hasn't complained at all after, the last time they interacted. He's just talking to him like usual. So there's definitely more to Denji's feelings towards Yoshida. Like, I feel like if it was most other people, he would have definitely said something. Huh? Really? Oh, okay. Asa did not know that. Oh. Okay. I see. If it's communicative, then presumably public safety is also involved. I mean, I thought Yoshida already knew about the aging devil, no? Like, when he attacked Pochita with, Octopus, Aging was like, oh, thank you, human. But I guess Yoshida was not informed. That would make you and I enemies. But why don't we forget all that and call a truce until we escape from this world? Okay? Okay. So... Ooh. I like that Denji expression on that next panel. Like, yeah, he's eating, but it almost looks like a smile. I don't know, maybe there's some relief there. That he has someone else on his side right now. For now. Oh man, I just keep staring at the Denji panel. Oh man, what's that emotion? Like, I don't know, maybe he was thinking something about Yoshida and he's like, I guess I was right. I don't know. That includes you, Mitaka. Sorry for cutting your arm off. Oh, he actually said it. But the way he says that, though, it feels kind of like he's trying to undercut it by not putting too much weight to it. I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. So, trying to put up a front so that he doesn't have to deal with the fact that he looked so miserable when he actually cut off her arm. Seeing as it regrew, could you find it in your heart to forgive me? Go to hell. I guess that's a no. Oh my god, Yoshida's face as he blocks her punch. Thanks. He just... Sorry. I cannot with Yoshida. Why is he like this? He just shook her hand as it is still formed into a fist. Your turn, Denji. Denji's face, bro. He's just like, really? Do I really have to do this? Fine. Are you telling me to team up with people who like killing kids? I like that Denji's bringing that up. Because we're still not sure, like, how we can save those kids, aside from killing aging. Like, is Denji really going to make sure that the kids are safe out of his own volition? Or is it because Pochita really wants to do it, so Denji is supporting that? But I like that, that's something that could be a make or break. An interesting Yoshida expression here. That might be like the most like enigmatic one in the chapter so far. I really cannot tell what he's thinking. Oh, yo! Oh my god! We got another... They're literally having a conversation with just their eyes. Bro, I'm going insane. It hasn't happened since maybe like the 130s. But it could have also happened during the 150s, and I don't remember the specific panels. Oh my god, Denji, like, they zoom in on Denji's eyes, and then the Yoshida's eye on the panel. They make me insane, bro. They really are in their personal little world, and they're not letting us in. When I was in grade school, a teacher told me, what do you do when you encounter a bear? Huh? It seemed like they were... Well, Yoshida reached a decision, and he's gonna tell us through this tangent. But Denji doesn't know where he's going with this. But something clicked when they locked eyes. According to my teacher, each side should strive to return to their respective worlds. If a person sees a bear in the forest, this person should leave the forest. If a bear wanders into town, your only choice is to somehow get it to return to the forest. Hostility benefits neither people nor bears. It only adds to the body count. Ooh. I mean, this seems kinda obvious, but I'm a little surprised that he needs a metaphor to say what he wants to say. Although the fact that the line, each side should strive to return to their respective worlds, while still holding Asa's wrist, is interesting. So obviously, person is human, bear is devil, and he's thinking like, oh, both of them should have never mingled. They should stay separated because they don't belong together. But does he actually believe that? Or is he just telling himself that because he is scared of trying? Although, to be fair, when he says it only adds to the body count, he has seen it, like, personally. So, can't say I don't understand that reasoning. At the time, I thought my teacher put a little too much trust in bears, but I think the point holds true for present circumstances. Man, that's kind of sad, actually. That only when we are in this very specific circumstances are we allowed to get along. But once we go back to the real world, that's impossible. Really, it's making me think of when Yoshida told Asa about oh man, what's the specific word? You know, the word where it's like, oh, you watch a YouTuber or you watch a celebrity and you almost think of them as your friends, even though they don't know you and you don't know them. That kind of thing. Yoshida said that was more safe and more to just more in line to his beliefs than forming actual connections with others. And I think that's, yeah, that fits here as well. When he said a little too much trust in bears, Yoshida already tried to put his trust in Denji and Asa, and he had burned. By trying to protect the bears. And it all went to shit by trying it. So he's like, I guess it was never meant to be. Man, this is so interesting. And really goes to illustrate Yoshida's mentality on relationships and how he's been acting through part 2. Hmm. Oh man, there's so much to chew on here. Definitely gonna have more to say next week. Or I actually don't know. Next chapter. If you wanna kill me, you should do it after we escape. Or am I about to get eaten too? Hmm. The way Denji looks at him. Now Yoshida is putting on a fake bravado. Asa is just looking very displeased. Now we gotta zoom in on Denji's eyes again. As I'm guessing, trying to really get a good grasp on Yoshida here. Oh! Oh! He grabbed Yoshida's hand. Oh, that I feel like this is really huge. Even if, for now, Yoshida has established that it is temporary. It's something. Yo, look at this three teaming up. Crazy. You make me sick. Says the guy who just puked up a person. Says the guy who cut off my arm with the same hands. Look at them. They're getting along. Even if we did team up with you, what could you possibly contribute? Devil powers cannot be used in here. Oh? Yoshida is looking back at Denji. Denji, your stomach is connected to Chainsaw Man, right? Yeah? Why? You get another panel of Denji, like, the gears in his head trying to turn. Denji, can I shove my hand in your mouth? Oh, okay. I think I get what he's trying to say. But that's a wild panel. That's a wild dialogue. So he's going to, so that his mouth can come out of Pochita's mouth, and then he can use whatever hand signal he uses to control Octopus. I think I know what Yoshida is going for here. Oh my god, look at Denji's face, bro. He's so like, oh man, I don't want to do this. But I think he's got a good idea. Though Yoshida gotta be careful. Pochita's teeth are hella sharp. He might get his hand cut off. But that's where we left off. Okay. Great chapter. Yoshida is so fascinating. I always talk so much when he appears in a chapter. Other than, the moment right before this one. When he restrained Pochita with Octopus, because that was only one panel. But oh my god. Yeah, I got so much mileage for almost every page. Oh. Not only that, honestly, Yoshida, this chapter was like I needed the comedy, honestly. Like sometimes I feel like some of the things that he did weren't supposed to be funny. But like come on, man. Him grabbing Asa's hand after she tried to punch him, that's hilarious. I don't care. But okay. The Yoshidenasa trio um is allied now. Now, how long will it last is the question. And will this be like Yoshida was all like, oh, but once we get out, we'll be enemies again, right? But we don't have to. Yoshida can make the choice to not follow public safety's orders anymore. That could be like a big, big character moment for him. This could make a big, big impression how Yoshida sees, the person and the bear analogy. Please, Fujimoto, please. Like, develop Yoshida, but at the same time, like, if he does develop as a character, like, I'm just like, please don't kill him. That's always the fear. But okay. I talked so much. I think I said everything I wanted to say. And I think I'll need some time to really think about Yoshida's stance here with the bear and the person metaphor and the way he interacted with with Denji and Asa this chapter. Like, at first he's so rattled by seeing Asa and the way she's so angry at him. But once we get the mini time skip, he's already more composed and his mask is better put on. So, yeah. How I told you I really like Yoshida. He's like in the top 7 for sure of Chainsaw Man characters for me. So, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya!